first-person shooter Valorant is a free-to-play title created and released by Riot Games. On April 7th, it entered closed beta, and the summer of 2020 saw its release. There is a lot to learn and master for individuals new to Valorant. To assist new players in getting started with Valorant, this video will cover the fundamentals of tactics, gun mechanics, the economy, and more. But before we get into it, do me a favor and smash the like and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button for notifications whenever a new video is published. The company that created and launched Valorant is Riot Games, which also made League of Legends. Within their research and development section, development began in 2014. The original concept for Valorant was conceived by Joe Ziegler, the game's director, while brainstorming future games with other Riot developers. The creative director for Valorant is David Nottingham. Game designers for Valorant include Trevor Omleski, a former League of Legends designer, and Salvatore Garazzo, a former professional player and level designer for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. The art director is former Valve developer Moby Frank, who worked as a character and art designer on Half-Life 2 and Team Fortress 2. They are producing tactical shooters and esports more approachable to novice players and making a game that would draw a substantial competitive scene. Addressing many of the issues raised by professional players from titles in the genre were the two primary goals behind the development of Valorant. To ensure they are as accessible as possible, games with large, active communities and player bases. Free-to-play games like Fortnite or Riot's own League of Legends tend to emphasize a broader array of systems performance improvements and game stability rather than newer technologies or graphics. Gameplay. Players take on the role of one of a variety of agents, based on people from many nations and cultures. Players are allocated to the attacking or defensive team in the primary game mode, with 5 players on each squad. Each of the unique skills that agents possess requires charges. Each agent also has an ultimate extraordinary power that demands charging through kills, deaths, orbs, or missions. Each player begins a game with a classic handgun and 1 or more charges for their signature abilities. An in-game economy that distributes money based on previous rounds' results and kills the player is accountable. Any objectives attained may be used to purchase additional weapons and ability charges. The game contains a variety of weaponry, including primary weapons like submachine guns, shotguns, machine guns, assault rifles, and sniper rifles, as well as secondary weapons like sidearms. To fire them correctly, the player must control the automatic and semi-automatic weapons firing patterns. There are now 19 agents available for selection: Brimstone, Viper, Omen, Cypher, Sova, Sage, Phoenix, Jet, Raze, Breach, Reyna, Killjoy, Sky, Yoru, Astra, KOI/O, Chamber, Neon, and Fade are some of them. Unrated. The match is played as a best of 25 games in the usual non-ranked style, with the first side to win 13 rounds winning the game. The spike is a bomb-like weapon used by the assaulting side. On one of the several designated places or the bomb sites, they must deliver and trigger the spike. A point is awarded to the attacking side if they successfully defend the triggered spike for 45 seconds before it explodes, devastating everything nearby. The defensive team scores a point if it successfully disables the spike or if the 100-second round timer runs out without the assaulting team igniting the spike. The opposing team scores an issue if all of the team's players are removed before spike is activated or after it activates. In contrast to overtime for competitive matches, sudden death happens after both teams have won 12 rounds. The side that won that round wins the game. A team may also ask for a vote to give up if they decide to forfeit a game after 4 rounds. The winning team receives full victory credit for every match necessary to get them to 13. In contrast, the forfeiting team receives losing credit if the vote reaches 4. Valorant's game mode. The primary game mode in Valorant is searching and destroying. In this game, attackers attempt to detonate a bomb while defenders try to stop them from doing so. Players may choose from various agents, each of whom has a unique ability that can change the battlefield in different exciting and interesting ways. The match is won by the first team reaching 13 victories. The defenders would have 45 seconds to disarm the bomb if the attackers planted it to win the round. If you pass away during a round, you will lose your guns and gear, but you will maintain any abilities you have acquired. Choosing an agent. Each round makes one ability available to each character without cost. The other 2 abilities must be purchased from the buy menu at the beginning of the game. Make it essential to consider how your character's talents will interact with those of the other agents in your team, because character traits may mix in various ways. Some skills function similarly to smoke grenades, such as Omen's Dark Dover, which shoots an orb-shaped smoke grenade that impairs eyesight. Other skills, like Phoenix's Curveball, which hurls a fireball around corners and renders anybody gazing at it blindly, function like flash grenades. upgrades. Players may accomplish a wide range of things with the use of additional skills, such as exposing adversaries' whereabouts, building temporary barricades, and much more. Each agent also possesses a unique ultimate power. When utilized appropriately, ultimate abilities are very potent powers that can alter the outcome of a round. Multiple targets may be killed by some of the game's ultimate abilities. For instance, Jet's ultimate enables you to immediately launch a barrage of throwing knives at whatever enemy they strike, instantly killing it. You can block off much of the map's visibility with the aid of other ultimates, like Viper's ultimate, which scatters a massive opaque poisonous fog across a region. Building a healthy economy. The key to winning games in Valorant has a strong economy. The amount of money you and your squad have in the bank to use for equipment and weapon purchases is your economy. In other words, your economy thrives when you perform several positive actions in the game, like winning matches, placing spikes, or scoring kills. Your economy will suffer if you frequently lose rounds, die, or spend money you do not have. Keep in mind that your team's economy includes your teammates' cash and your own personal stockpile. There will be occasions when it makes sense to either have a player purchase you a weapon or buy a gun for a player with less money. Can you play Valorant in a VR? Depending on your hardware and the virtual machine provider, if you have 2 GPUs, one high-end and one economical, the second GPU may be assigned to the VM hosting your game if you use VMware ESG. However, that GPU won't be capable of being shared by any other VMs. The GPU cannot be shared in any way. Oracle VirtualBox probably won't be able to handle GPU pass-through. So technically, yes. However, it will lag a lot unless you have a powerful PC with a second GPU to enable pass-through. System requirements to be able to play Valorant. Although it is free to play, the Valorant requirements of a Radeon X 1600 GPU are not too heavy of a graphical cost. However, to experience Valorant as intended, your computer should meet the recommended needs of a Radeon R9 280 GPU to eliminate crashes and total lag. Ready your ignition and fervor your brains for the new age of Overwatch in Valorant. Here are the Valorant system requirements. Minimum CPU Intel Core 2 Duo E8400/AMD Athlon 200G, RAM 4GB, OS Windows July 8, 1064-bit, video card Intel HD 4000/Radeon R5200, Pixel Shader 3.0, Vertex Shader 3.0. Valorant recommended requirements. CPU Core i3-4150/Ryzen 3 1200, RAM 4GB, OS Windows July 8, 1064-bit, video card GeForce GT 730/Radeon R7240, Pixel Shader 5.0, Vertex Shader 5.0, dedicated video RAM 1024 MB. The tactical shooter Valorant is intricate and deep, with many different aspects to learn and master. As we all know about the game, best practices will probably change and evolve. It will probably take novice players 50 to 100 hours to properly understand the fundamental strategy, the many agents, and the numerous game elements. Valorant has an extremely high learning curve, but it pays you to succeed. The ascent is worthwhile. OUTRO. What are your thoughts on Valorant on VR? Are you interested in playing it too? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications on our future content. With that being said, see you in the next one.